I'm Sanjoy Basu. I'm a consultant upper GI laparoscopic bariatric and a general surgeon. I've been a consultant for over 15 years and I'm based at the East Kent University Hospitals NHS Trust. I originally came from India and things were very different then in the sense that we're talking about over 2 decades. The options, as you know, that India has a huge population and the competition is cutthroat. The only advice that we got from our teachers, from our parents, is that you have to study and get into a specialty that will allow you to progress and prosper in life. And there were very few options. Either you did medicine or a proper engineering, which is a 5-year course in different specialties like mechanical or electronics or computers, or you became an accountant. These were the 3 which was highly sought after when I was a teenager, when I grew. My parents, they are from the pre-independence era. So we were under the British rule, and the only way they succeeded was they all went to universities, and all renowned universities, and they did very well in their life. And the advice we always got was do something that will stand you in good character in the society. And one of my uncles was a doctor. He was a professor in anatomy, and he was invited from Yale University, America, and he did lots of research there. And that was a huge encouragement for me to do medicine. So that was the first that prompted me to go into medicine. When I joined medicine, I am a hands-on person, and I loved, when I was a teenager, I loved making things, and that gave me an incentive or a thriving for doing something with my hands. And then when I joined medicine, I loved anatomy, the body structure and the details of it, which is absolutely paramount to be a surgeon. So I loved anatomy, I loved physiology. And then I studied medicine in a medical school that had very renowned surgeons. And they were extremely popular, did a great job, and that directed me towards doing surgery. So when I was in my junior years in medical school, people all knew that I wanted to be a surgeon. So the combination of the anatomy and the hands-on job and these professors all led me towards surgery. The reason for taking up is that the benefit that we could provide to the patients. There was no such thing as wait and see what happens. In most cases, you could treat the patients, make them better, and the smile in their face that you've made a difference. And in over 99% times, we could do that. And yes, we had our bad days, but mostly patients recovered well, they thanked. So that was an incentive, a reward, which would make me feel that I could make a difference to the patients quite instantaneously. And that is the reason which drifted me again towards surgery. Why upper GI? In surgery, I mean, the other specialty which I could do was cardiothoracics, because I also did a training in cardiothoracics. And I also did other specialties, small periods in neurology, plastics, neurosurgery, all of them I've done. But I liked the challenge. That's what drove me to upper GI, because the surgery is much more complex and you have to be precise and critical of every step that you're doing, because that has a relevance to the outcome. So that prompted me to go to, I could have done upper GI or HPB, which is the hepatopancreatibiliary. Again, I had extensive training in both the specialties. But finally, I chose upper GI. Typical day would be I normally wake up by 6:30 and get ready and leave home by 7:30 to reach hospital by 8 o'clock. COVID obviously has had an impact on our way of working, but mostly I have significant sessions in theatres. Either have a clinic or an endoscopy and theatres. These are the main working areas. So there is no finish time. It can extend depending on when you've finished your theatres. There is no such time as that it has to be at fixed 5 o'clock When you finish the job, you see the patients, and then you finish your NHS work, or you might be coming across to one Ashford to do your private clinic. So there is no such finish time. It could last longer, could be at 7, 8 o'clock. The most, as I said, is the positive outcome. That is what drives you to carry on. I would say that we are able to make a difference to the patients. We can treat them to the best of our ability and make a positive impact on their lives, and they go back to their normal living. That's what drives you. To start with, I was a very active sportsman. I was a bow in a force, and I used to do sculling for years. But obviously I had to give that up completely. It doesn't go with medicine, there is no time. These days I have an active interest in gardening and photography. Huge interest in photography and gardening. So even if I finish a day at 8 o'clock, I would go out and do something in summers for the garden to look after. It is a relaxation. There is no stress or anxiety. And the other thing is photography. Again, hugely rewarding. I love nature, mountain and wildlife photography. So I do spend quite a lot of time taking pictures, editing. Again, due to medicine, it takes a lot of your time. I can't do as much as I would have loved to, but I still do as much as I can.